Hello guys and welcome back to race 2 from Sunday, obviously at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. So obviously the grid going off of qualifying results once again, so everybody getting another attempt to try and make their best of the race. Without further ado, let's get into it. So Thomas lines up on pole with Wayne G there in second place. Dan Bailey is in third, Vexed in fourth. No klaxon this time round. Dan Bailey getting a really good getaway in the background there. Thomas just dead off the line. Is Vex going to be able to get a move as well? Looking for it, not quite close enough. Ice Chand up the inside. Ice Chand almost making it up the inside of Vex there. Clutch has gone around the outside, but I think it's going to turn into Vex corner once again, and it does. So Vex maintains that fourth position. Thomas is down to third. Dan Bailey's up to second, and Wayne G manages to take the lead off the line in the Angry Wasp. The Angry Hornet. So we have Thomas there in third, Vex is now fourth, Clutch is fifth, Molson is in sixth, we have Ice Chan down in seventh now, Asbo is eighth, Pickles in ninth, and Cole in 10th. So Wayne G in the Samurai liveried RX Vision, looking to try and pull away from the rest of the field. He's actually pulled out a few temps already. Thomas has managed to get that Porsche going though. Managed to keep Dan Bailey behind him after that really good start that Dan Bailey had. Still unable to find his way through. Come through the final chicane for the first time in this 25-minute race. I think everybody running the hards in the first in this second race. And we've got battle in the background there. Oh, Molson spins off into the barrier. Not too sure what happened there. So we see if we can get a quick. Let's go back a little bit. So Molson comes around. Ice Chand is up his inside. Molson takes a bit of a wider line there. Oh, and just dips it onto the grass there on the outside as he comes across the start finish, which has just sent that car around. So that has left Ice Chan free to try and get onto the back of Clutch once again, and Pickle lives to fight another day. Pickle on the softs, so Pickle trying to make use of that softer compound rubber in this early stages. And Ice Chan ahead, looking very racy through the S sector as Clutch almost loses it, comes back on, but Ice Chan manages to find his way through somehow. I think Clutch might lose that position to Pickle as well. I think Pickle now on his inside does get a move done. Tiny little bit of a concertina there on the exit of the corner. Just taps the rear bumper of the Toyota. And Pickle looking like he might be able to go for a move. He's pulled out of the slipstream now. He's going to be going the long way round. Chan covers off the inside into the final chicane. You can just see fourth place Vex and third place Dan Bailey up ahead in shot as they go up the hill, and Pickle gets the move done. Ice Chan coming back now on the inside. We've seen him do this move on Molson on the lap previous. Pickle manages to keep it in the track though, keeps that car going. Ice Chan up to fifth. Oh, and Clutch with a late move up the inside there as he managed to get it through. Oh no. I think there was a tiny bit of contact there between him and Pickle. Pickle gets sent off into the barrier and the Shadow Realm. Cole manages to come through into 8th place. I think Pickle's going to rejoin in 9th, or is Asbo going to get through? It's Asbo. Oh no, it's Molson, sorry, Molson. Molson comes through to 9th place. Pickle manages to get that Toyota going. Meanwhile, Wayne G on the mediums at the front, so opting for the mediums in the first stint. Wayne G, I wonder what he's going to do. Medium soft, maybe on the cards. Thomas on the hards with the fastest lap on the hards as well on lap 2, 1:20.421. That could still change. Wayne G might be on for a bit of a lap. Go on board with him and see what sort of lap times he's doing. So his lap 2 is a 1:20.5, and he comes across the line 1:20.7. Thomas a couple of attempts down on his previous best, and he has gapped Dan Bailey a little bit now. Dan Bailey sitting in a bit of no man's land. He's got some nice free air ahead. He's got a nice bit of breathing space over Vecht back in 4th place. In the McLaren, and Ice Chand is definitely getting his head back in the game. And I'll just touch on, it's the first time I've ever seen Ice Chand using traction control. I'd imagine he's only got it on one. I think he's feeling like the Lamborghini's a little bit of an animal on the hard compound tyre. Perhaps he turns it off for the softer compounds. Definitely interesting to see. I think Danny Bailey as well. We'll have to check back in. So Clutch staying ahead of Asbo. He's got a bit of time to make up to get onto the back of Ice Chand. He's going to have Asbo for company soon. And I believe Colin must have had a moment somewhere because he's all the way down at the back now. Moulton through to 8th place in the Ford GT. Pickle, he's got a bit of catching up to do now, as has Cole. Meanwhile, Thomas has started catching Wadey G. We'll have a little on board through this snaky sector. And a 120.220 for Thomas on lap 4. Gives him the fastest lap. That's going to be aided by the slipstream of Wadey G. I thought he might have been up through that split. He's actually 10th down. So are Waney's tyres starting to die a bit of a death? Too fast for Hughes, might be having to go into tyre management mode. But he did get a better exit than Thomas at that last turn. A harsh right-hander. We're on the approach now to the final chicane. Keeps it nice and consistent. Doesn't lose too much time to Wadey G there. He's actually kept that gap pretty close. And still a bit of a gap back to Dan Bailey. And Ice Chand has managed to get a move done on Vext. That must have come at the chicane. Are we going to see an answer from Vext? Still very close indeed between these two. Vext not letting Chand get away at the moment. He's keeping that gap nice and consistent. Definitely still within the slipstream. Nicely through the chicane. It looks like the Lamborghini just getting a better run out of the exit there. And we've seen the first of our pit stops, so Asbo into the pits, going to get rid of the hard compound. Just see Dan Bailey creeping out of shot, just up ahead. So these two are starting to catch. Can Vext stay with Chand? Maybe Chand can bring him onto the back of Dan Bailey up ahead. Dan Bailey now starting to lose sight of the top two. Thomas maintaining that pressure over Wayne G. So Thomas opting for the harder compound, seems to be working for him at the moment. Wayne G's mediums are starting to come towards the end of their shelf life. How much longer can he run them mediums for? We're 10 minutes into this 25-minute race. So not even halfway. And Pickle is into the pits to get rid of them softs. Moulson now up to 6th place. And Chan has managed to gap Vext now. Vext is out of the slipstream. When will he decide to pit? So Moulson there. Some way back. I think it's around the 12 seconds mark at the moment. I think he managed to bring it down to around 7 at one point. Towards the end of the race. But he's got a nice bit of breathing space now over Clutch. Clutch somewhere ahead of Asbo. Pickle and Cole. Cole actually getting blue flagged now. Although the top two not close enough at the moment for him to be causing an issue, I'm sure he'll get out of the way on the next straight. You can probably see them starting to bear down behind him. And yeah, he's moved right over. Staying well out of the way of the leaders. Almost driving off track at one point. That's right, Cole, you don't need to drive off track, dude. Just yeah. You did the right thing getting off the racing line. So Thomas opting for the undercut now. He is into the pits. He has dipped a wheel over that pit line though. That is going to cost him. That's going to slap him with a 3-second penalty. Dan Bailey is going to follow him in. Ice Chan stays out, favours trap position. Where will Vext? Vext decides to go in. Moulson stayed out. And we've got the other cars behind. So Chan has stayed out. Where's Dan Bailey going to come out? Is Moulson going to come through up into 3rd place? I think Thomas is out just ahead of him. So yeah, Thomas re-emerges. A few tenths ahead of Moulson. Moulson still yet to pit on the hards. Managed to make his way back up to 4th though. Running towards the back of the field for some time. So a moment early on cost him. So Dan Bailey's come out behind Moulson, but also on a fresh set of mediums. And he's got his pit stop done. As has Vext. So Pickle out on a fresh set of mediums now. Asbo hit a couple of laps earlier. Clutch is now on a fresh set of tyres. And Cole is peeling into the pits. Wayne G on an absolute stonker of a stint at the moment. And his tyre's actually not looking too bad, so it's going to be interesting to see what sort of strat he can pull off. Thomas has managed to get through on Ice Chan now. I think Ice Chan's just going to be exiting the pits. In fact, no, Dan Bailey manages to come through as well. So they've only just changed the tyres on Chan's car. He's now coming out of the pits in 4th place there. Vex manages to come through on Molson. Who's that up ahead? I think it's Cole. So Molson leaving the pits now. He's got quite a considerable gap over Pickle though in 7th. Asbo has just got sight now of Pickle up ahead. Can he work on trying to catch him? Clutch on a fresh set of mediums. Cole has picked up that 3 seconds for crossing the pit line. Thomas looking like maybe he got away with it, but actually no, he's probably served it on that lap, hasn't he? So Thomas looking to try and reel Wayne G in now once he pits. Takes the fastest lap once again, 1:19.785. So almost a second up on his previous best. Danny Bailey actually put in a perfect sector there. Ice Chan has started to catch him. Cole with another half a second penalty. Must be track limit somewhere. Wayne G still out on that medium compound tyre. I think he's opting to try and go full soft. He's trying to run the mediums for as long as he can. I think when he pits, that's what he's going to do. He's going to take on the soft compound, run them to the end. Are they going to take him to the end at the moment? I think he's got to try and make it to 10 minutes or to 20 minutes, and then he's just got 5 to run on the softs. So yeah, staying. Oh no, he's going in now. He is going in. Where is Thomas? Thomas just coming up to the final chicane now, I believe. Yeah, here we go. So how close is he going to be to Wayne G? Once Wayne G serves that pit stop, will Thomas get the position free with the undercut? Coming around the final turn now. And he does, so he moves up into the lead of the race. But we can hear Wayne G exiting the pits now. He's not going to be too far behind. He has gone for the soft compound rubber. Is that going to bring him back onto the rear bumper of the Porsche? We'll have to wait and see. So Danny Bailey looked like he'd started catching, but that gap has opened up once again. Actually not lost too much time to Ice Chan though. Ice Chan looked like he was catching Danny Bailey. You can just see him up ahead, but can't quite close that gap. Needs to be trying to work on getting into that slipstream so we can try and set a move up. I think Dan did pit a lap or two earlier, so Chand is going to be on the younger tyres. Should potentially have the grip advantage. Let's just have a quick look. So we've got Thomas, no traction, Wayne G, no traction, Danny Bailey using, I'd imagine, one traction, Ice Chand, one traction, Vex, none, Molson traction, and a few of the other guys. So some of the guys are opting for using traction now with the new physics model. Perhaps that's what it is. Perhaps everyone not quite feeling comfortable with it yet, or maybe actually the traction control doesn't slow you down too much. Perhaps it helps with the tyre wear somewhat. We'll have to do a little bit of testing. But in fact, looking at Vex tyres, the fronts are more warm than the rears, and it's a rear-wheel drive car, so perhaps the traction not really aiding too much. Oh, who was that? I think it was Clutch and Asbo. Clutch maybe having a bit of a moment through the final turn. That's allowed Asbo through now. Up into 8th place. Oh, Clutch in the background there. Just off onto the grass. Cole will be taking on a fresh set of tyres. Oh, Wayne G in the background there. Drives off track on the softs. That's not going to help him. He has taken the fastest lap of 1:19.153. It's only a few tenths faster than Thomas's fastest. On the softs. Thomas did his on the mediums. Thomas's mediums are starting to die a bit of a death. Oh, Wayne G soft's going to hold on for the final 4 minutes. So it has become a little bit of a procession now. Everybody in their respective positions, nobody really catching or gaining any time anywhere. I think Cole maybe has actually retired that car in this second race of the evening. And Asbo has gapped Clutch now. Clutch obviously picking up a half a second after driving off track. Just insult to injury. He was having a good little battle with Asbo for a minute, it looked like. And for his first ever season in a sim league, Clutch doing really well. I think it's just track knowledge and stuff maybe he's lacking a little bit of at the moment. I think maybe just try and get the circuit experiences done, Clutch. I know it helped me when I first started learning GT7 because you get all the different, obviously, sectors of the track that you can practice, and then they make you do a full lap. It definitely does help. And Wayne G has started to catch Thomas now. He's only a few car lengths behind. What Thomas's tyres looking like? So Thomas's tyres are looking a little bit worse for wear. Are we going to see a last lap battle between the top two? O'Hara's tyre's going to fall off a cliff. So slowly approaching the end of this second race of the evening, the second and final race of the evening. Clutch getting shown a blue flag momentarily, but I don't think... I'm not sure who is causing that blue flag. Oh, in fact, no, so it was... Oh, yeah, it was Thomas and Waney as they came past. Clutch picking up that second's worth of penalty. So Thomas maintains the lead over Waney G. We are going to be on the final lap now. It's going to be a battle between these two to the finish line. Waney G has closed that gap, but not by enough. Vex will finish in 5th place. Mawson's going to bring it home in 6th. Pickle will finish in 7th place. And where are the top 2? So the top 2, top 3, top 4 even going to get to do another lap. So we should get to see everyone else come across the line. So Pickle through the final turn now. He takes 7th place. Asbo is surely going to take 8th. Clutch will take 9th. Thomas did just enough. The undercut helped him out massively there. He managed to stay ahead of Waney G to take the win here in the second race. Waney G takes 2nd place. Dan Bailey will take 3rd place on the podium. And Ice Chan, last but not least, in 4th. Then we had Vexed, obviously, in 5th. Mawson was 6th. We had Pickle in 7th. Asbo 8th. Clutch 9th. And Cole DNF'd. Well, that was it, guys. That was the second race and the final race of the evening from the Midnight Oil Racing League's Sunday Championship. I'll be back same time, same place next week, so I will see you then. Good night.